Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new to this place, please consider subscribing, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. In this video, I have 7 fragrances I feel I have made some significant dent in them within quite a short period of time. In most instances, when you have a large collection, and to me a large collection is anything between or from, let's say, 40-50 fragrances. To me, that is quite a large collection. In most instances, when you have such numbers, it is quite difficult to make some dents. I watch videos where people, profess their love for some fragrances and even term them as their favorite fragrances. However, you find very, small dents in them, and people sometimes complain like, okay, if you think you love them and you always rave about them, why don't you have any dents? I think it's simply because some of them have like quite a large collection and there is no way they can get through, all of them. However, these 7 that I have, I made the dent in them simply because I love them. I didn't use them for any other purpose. Sometimes we use them to spray our curtains or, other stuff. But these ones, I simply had to use them simply because I love them. The very first fragrance I have here is by Watani, and this one is called Watani Intens. I got this about 3 months ago. I just got it and I realized I had something, or I still have something quite close to this fragrance in my collection, which is my perfumes Oud Al. However, this one is a different, quite different, much more blended girls, much more sophisticated, much more feminine. But within that, time period, this is the dent I've made in this fragrance. Within 3 months, sometimes it takes like a long time to make some dents. For example, this Chanel, let's say this Chanel or this Tom Ford Costa Azura, the dent you see here took me over 1.5 years. However, this one has taken me just a little over 3 months to receive such a huge dent. To me, this is quite, a huge dent, considering that I have quite a number of fragrances. The main reason why I have, utilized this one is simply because I love it and not any other, reason. Then I come to my next one, which is also less than 2 months, let's say about 2 months. It will not be more than 2 months in my collection. And this one is called Roses the Emotions by F.A. Paris. This one apparently is deep for Barbados Roses of No Man's Land, and I simply adore this one. It's a scent profile that I love. It is quite, a freshy rose with some musk, some bergamot, some petals. It's like a very delicate petal with some musk, giving you a sensual, sexy vibe, at the same time. Considering the fact that this one has been in my collection for less than 3 months, let's say at most 2 months, I think this one is quite a huge dent, And I also utilize it during the day. Like I use it for daytime. I also sometimes use it during bedtime. It is a good, sensual, very, very likable scent. It doesn't come off as offensive. So it's one that you can use as bedtime scent. It's not going to offend, anyone. So this is the dent I have put in within 2 months, like 2 months, 2.5 months tops. Then I move on to my next one, which is one that I think is about 3 months in my collection. 3 months, I think maybe if I'm trying to push it, let's say 3.5 months. And this is called Rodrigos Rouge by Fragrance World. I love this fragrance. I think when I initially got this one, I raved about it. And I just love it. It's this musky floral fragrance. That is basically what it is, a musky floral fragrance fashioned after Narciso Rodrigos Rouge. It is a very good one. And so far, this is the dent I've made in this. And this dent was made within the first 3 weeks, majority of it was made within the first 3 weeks of getting this fragrance. It is a good one, very feminine, very gentle. I love that mask that this one has. It's not like a harsh animalic mask. It's a powdery, soft mask, very feminine, gentle, like one that is also quite likable. I use it during the daytime. I also use it sometimes, during bedtime, because it gives me that sort of soothing, calming sort of effect. So it is one that, within that short period, I have made. I think I'm halfway through this one. I'm just halfway through this one. Then I move on to my next one, which is also going to be a Byredo dupe, and this one is Vibrant Vertiver leather. So let me just do this so that you see the dent. It is like almost halfway through, and I think this one is also about 2 months, 2 months in my collection. I think, yes, about 2 months in my collection. But I love this one. I think all these 7 fragrances, I love them. That is why I use them. And sometimes I just feel like, I've told myself I'm not going to buy any fragrance more than once. I don't know. I just feel like there are just too many to explore for me to be buying backup bottles or buying the same fragrances twice. Who knows? Maybe I might change my mind about 1 or 2 fragrances and get a backup bottle, or maybe buy them more than once. But for the meantime, because I have told myself that I'm trying to, refrain from using these ones, or going through them, quickly, so that I at least have them in my collection for longer periods, just because I don't want to buy the same fragrance twice, So this is a dent that I have made in Vibrant Vertiver leather. Vibrant Vertiver Delight. It is a good one. It has this sweet lemon fresh mojito vibes. It gives me some refreshing mojito by the poolside or by the beach. That is the vibes that this one gives me. So that is the dent within 2 months. Yes, I'll say 2 months. Before I move to the next fragrance, I would truly appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, and also share in the comment section the fragrances that you have utilized or made some significant dents within the shortest period in your collection. I believe there are 1 or 2 that you have made quite a significant dent within a very short period. So just let's discuss, or let me know in that, I'm just curious to know what those fragrances are. So the next one I have here is by Hermes, and this one is Twilly D'Hermes. I think this one is also about 3.5 months tops, in my collection. And the majority of the dent was made within the first month, around the first month. It was like what I was wearing during the day or for my, daytime. I couldn't just put it down. I was just grabbing it because I love the scent profile. It is quite a unique one. It is different, it's a freshy floral with the tuberose, but it's like something quite unique, and I couldn't just stop, sniffing, getting whiffs of it, so it is quite intoxicating in my opinion, and that is what made me go back to it, over and over, almost every day. I'll just pull it up, and I was like, no, I don't think I want to purchase this, again. Not because it's a bad scent, just because I guess need to utilize a lot of my fragrances more, and I guess, stop using it for a while. But once in a while, during bedtime, I guess want to relive the moment I've had with this fragrance. It is a beautiful one. So that is a dent I have made in Twilly D'Hermes, the EDP within 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. I'll move on to the next one, which is also about 2.5 or 2 months in my collection, around that period. And this one is called Cinema by YSL. And the dent is simply because I couldn't resist spraying this one. Like, there was always a temptation when I initially got it to spray this. I was like, I can't put this one down. I love that clementine, floral, vanilla, rose, touches it has. It is a pretty lady scent. It is quite, it is not like a shouting or all over the place, fragrance. It is one that is quite intimate, but it also has a presence. I couldn't just stop sniffing this. I will sometimes just come into this room, spray it on my arm, and just go like, sniff. Sometimes when I'm going out, I just carry it, spray it, layer it. It is a beautiful one. It is such a beautiful, pure, sophisticated, intoxicating one. I love the scent profile. There is nothing I have in my collection which smells like this, and that accounts for the dent I have made in this one within 2 months. I made majority of the dent in this during my during a trip I made to Dubai recently. It was one that was perfect for holidays, something airy, breezy, light, sophisticated. It matches practically every dress that you wear. It is a very beautiful one. And the last one I have here might be a little difficult to prove, simply because it's not a transparent bottle, and I think this one is about a month and a half tops, a month and a half old in my collection. I wish probably he was quite transparent, but it's not full. Once I shake it and I just know that it's almost halfway through. You know, I think this one, if I don't stop using it, I might be done with it within some few months. It is a very beautiful one, and this is Ansaam Gold. Very addictive, marshmallow, whipped cream, vanilla, you know, sweet, girly, you know, scent. It is very beautiful. It is Fashion Laughter Parfum de Malice Oriana, you know, which I have not sniffed before, but this one on its own is a very beautiful, sweet, feminine, sexy, you know, gives you that sort of sexy without being too much, and I love it. You will not be able to see, but even when I shake it, you know, I guess I have made a dent in it, because anytime I pull this one out, you know, I spray and drench myself. You know, I enjoy it. I guess drench myself, and on most occasions it's like, okay, if I don't know what I'm wearing, I'm pulling this one out. Like, as soon as I get here, you know, to choose my perfume for the day, and I am beginning to overthink, you know, I just simply pull this one up, you know. So I'm sure the dent, if we could see it, would be quite a significant one. If you made it to the end with me, I'd like to say a very big thank you, and please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section which fragrances you have made the most significant dent within the shortest period in your collection. I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.